If you are thinking about buying a course or getting a coach, watch this first. By the way, I'm KJ Miller. I'm a founder, lecturer, and content creator. I love talking about all things business and pop culture. If you like any of that, be sure to subscribe. Now let's get into it. I wanted to talk about this subject today because as someone who has a course and who offers coaching services, I know that there are a lot of preconceived notions about coaches and people who offer courses. And I also know there are a lot of scammers out there who are responsible for those of us who make this a part of our living and a part of our income having a bad reputation. But I will tell you, not only do I offer a course called Startup Starter Kit, and not only do I offer business coaching, but I have paid people for their courses and for their coaching services. I have really seen it run the gamut, and I have a lot of advice for people who are thinking about going the route of either purchasing a course or hiring a coach, because I've learned the good, the bad, and the ugly. And before I dive into that, let me just say this is not going to be my attempt to sell you on my courses or my coaching services. I have other videos that talk about that. I really am just trying to offer advice for how you can make the decision on whether or not you want to spend your hard-earned dollars on these services. Now, while every course and every coach is going to differ, I like to think about these two things very differently, and I kind of bifurcate them this way. To me, a course is a great thing to purchase when you are literally starting from scratch at whatever the thing is, right? You really don't have any idea where to start. That's when you're going to want to purchase a course, because a course, if it's well designed and if it's well taught, is going to walk you through all of the steps that you need to take in order to get to whatever your goal is. Not only that, it's going to bring up some things that you never would have thought of on your own. So while a lot of the things in the course might be things that you could Google. In order to Google effectively, you have to know where to start, right? And so the course is going to help you because it's going to make sure that you understand, well, these are the 10 different things you should be thinking about for whatever it is. So I'll use my course as an example. My course is called Startup Starter Kit, and I literally give you the building blocks to go from just an idea in your head to how to launch that business, because I just encounter so many founders, so many people who want to be founders, who want to start a business and who do have a really good idea, but truly have no idea where to start. And so I walk you through literally every single piece. And again, this isn't me trying to sell the course. This is me trying to use that as an example to say that's what I think courses are good for. So some of the courses I've purchased, I actually bought a course to learn how to build a course, because when I realized, hey, I've got all of this knowledge that I've built as a founder, building a multi-million dollar business, I would like to package that and sell that as a course. I truly have no idea where to start. I purchased a course for that, and I don't regret any of those dollars because I learned how to do it. Another thing that I purchased a course for was actually how to sell a TV show, because that's something that I've always been kind of intrigued by and kind of interested in. Now, I purchased that course almost a year ago. Since then, I have not actually put together a full pitch, nor have I sold a TV show. But I also don't regret that one because I learned so much, and it is still something that's on my to-do list. Now, that one cost a pretty penny, I will say, but I don't regret it because, again, I had no idea what to do, where to start, any of it. And so even going down the path of Googling, I feel like would have maybe got me to 30%, 40%, but it wouldn't have gotten me all the way down the path. So when someone asks me whether or not a course is right for them, whether they're asking me about whether they should purchase my course or some other course. Maybe it's a course that teaches you how to do Facebook ads, right? Or maybe it's a course that teaches you how to network properly or build your network. Whatever the thing is, to me, if you're able to answer the question, do I know anything about this? No, I do not. Then it's probably a good idea to take a course. The question from there is which course makes the most sense. And that's going to come down to a whole lot of things. It's going to come down to price point and how much you can afford to spend. It's going to come down to who's the person hosting the course. Do they have real bona fides, real credentials? And that's going to be research that you're going to be able to do on your own. But just if you're wondering whether or not to purchase a course, I really think the best time to do it is if it's something that you're interested in that you really don't know anything about, or you don't know where to start. So now let's talk about coaching. It's my opinion, and I counsel anyone who's thinking about signing up for coaching with me this way. It is my opinion that coaching is much better served for people who are already down the path of whatever the thing is, right? So like for instance, for me, I do not recommend that someone who has no idea what business they want to start or just has an idea but hasn't actually started down the path of making that idea reality. I do not recommend that they sign up for coaching with me. For one thing, it costs $450 an hour to sit with me as a coach. To me, I want to make sure you are getting the most out of those $450. You're not going to get the most out of those $450 if you're asking questions like, which business should I launch? Take my course for that, okay? It's way more bang for your buck if you are starting from scratch. When I'm sitting down with my coaching clients, we are getting to the nitty gritty. I've reviewed their business. I've gone to their website. I've looked at their marketing. I've looked at, their business plan or business model, if they have one. We are going through every single marketing channel. We are going through their forecasted revenue and how that's going to break out. We are talking through strategies for this year, this quarter, next quarter. I mean, we are digging in deep. If you are spending $450 an hour, you deserve that, and I want to give that to you. So I personally feel that if you're thinking about coaching, it should be because you've already made it very far down the path of whatever it is you're doing, so that when you go and talk to that expert, you are coming to them with specific questions and they have something they can really dig into to give you specific advice. So with all of that said, I am now going to take just a couple of minutes to tell you about my course and my coaching. But the good news is, even though I said I wasn't going to do this, this is the end of the video. So if you've gotten what you needed out of it, you can log off now. But I am going to take just a couple of minutes to talk about first my course, Startup Starter Kit. As I said, I designed this course with the person in mind who truly had no idea where to start. So the course literally starts with defining the problem, because so many times when people are thinking about an idea, they're thinking about it, kind of in a high level way. I want to launch a skincare brand. I want to launch a makeup brand. I want to launch a hair care brand. But we get down to the nitty gritty of defining the problem that you are actually solving and then defining the customer. From there, I'm walking you through how to really message your brand in a way that is compelling and that's going to help customers understand that brand. Then I'm walking you through how to test consumer demand, because what you don't want to do is launch something that nobody wants. So then we talk about testing consumer demand. From there, we go into prototyping, because one of the best ways to test demand is to build or develop a prototype. So I walk you through all of that process. And then we get into marketing, and we spend a lot of time on marketing. I give you real specifics on how to build out an email calendar, an email marketing calendar, an SMS marketing calendar, social media marketing calendar, PR marketing calendar. I mean, I'm really digging deep and walking you through each of these things. And by the way, for all of the things that I've mentioned, I'm giving you templates and I'm giving you worksheets, because I want it to be extremely hands-on. So you feel like literally as you're going through the course, you are building your business. After we talk about marketing, that's when we get into raising outside capital, if that's something you want to do. And then finally, we talk about building a team. All of these pieces are the real building blocks of building a business. And I basically hold your hand through all of them, which is why I said at the very beginning, I think courses are best when you're just sort of like, where do I start? I have no idea where to start. And I really try and break it down and give you all of the tools and templates that you need in order to make your idea a reality. That's my course. When it comes to coaching, as I said, I think my coaching services are best for people who have already started their business, who have already gotten it off the ground, and then who want help with refining. Because the truth of the matter is, entrepreneurship can be very lonely. I very much believe that part of the reason the business I founded, Minted Cosmetics, was able to be so successful is because I had a large network of people to lean on along the way. I also had a board. I had investors who eventually joined my board. I had other founders who really kind of became my informal advisors, and I leaned on them heavily. I was very fortunate that I was able to do that. But not everyone has that when they are starting a business. So that's why I think coaching can be very, very helpful when you are going to someone who knows what they are talking about and who is doing their best to make sure you're getting as much value as possible out of every session. I try to make sure every session we have, we leave with you being able to run on your own and never needing to talk to me again. I'm really trying to give you that much value. If you say, I want to talk about making sure I'm optimizing my marketing channels, we are going to dig in on those marketing channels. And then when you leave, I'm going to give you the notes of everything that we spoke about that really act as a roadmap for exactly what you should be doing after you've left our session. Because what I don't want you thinking is, oh, she only gave me half of the information so that I would book another coaching session. No, 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 no. That's never me. I'm trying to make sure you're getting as much value as possible. Now, do I typically have clients who want to come back and then, buy a 3 coaching package or a 5 session coaching package? Yes, I do. I like to think that's because I'm very good at what I do. But the point is, what I'm not trying to do is like milk you and drag you along. I'm literally trying to make sure you have everything you need coming out of that session. But in order for it to really be worthwhile, again, it's best if you're someone who's already launched your business. So that's a little bit about how I think about whether or not you should go ahead and purchase that course or you should go ahead and book that coaching session. Sometimes you do not need to do either, which is why you very rarely see me giving a hard sell. I'm all about, for the people that it makes sense, I would love for you to find the resources that I've got because I've built them for you. And if it doesn't make sense, you're really not going to see me pushing it on you because that's just not my vibe. I know that there are some scammers out there who do that. Again, that's not me. Hopefully that comes across in my content. Anyway, if you like this sort of content, be sure to subscribe and I'll see you next time.